You're watching Drink This Tonight, and tonight we're drinking a Martinez. The Martinez has a very special place in cocktail history because it represents the missing link between the Manhattan and the Martini. It fell out of favor during the 20th century, but now it's seen a resurgence in popularity owing to the craft cocktail movement. Legend has it that it was invented in the late 1800s in San Francisco at the Occidental Hotel by Jerry Thomas, who crafted it for a patron who was waiting for a ferry to take him to Martinez, California. Thomas swapped out gin for the whiskey in a Manhattan, and a classic was born. So Martinez originally would have been made with what we now call Old Tom gin. Now Old Tom gin is slightly sweeter than what you're probably used to for gin. But honestly, it was probably sweetened to mask the flavors of inferior alcohols. Luckily though, nowadays, there's plenty of high quality Old Tom gin, including Anchor Distilling Old Tom gin, which is what we're going to be using today. But you can find plenty of brands, plenty of varieties all over the world. The original recipe calls for equal parts of gin and sweet vermouth, a couple dashes of Maraschino Liquor, and a couple dashes of orange bitters. An ounce and a half of Old Tom gin, an ounce and a half of Punta Mes sweet vermouth, 1 or 2 bar spoons of Maraschino Liquor, 1 dash of orange bitters. And that's a classic Martinez. Now I usually like mine a little bit drier. I would probably use 2 parts gin to 1 part sweet vermouth. But really you can experiment with anything you want. Maybe you like it drier, maybe you like it sweeter. Let me know down in the comments how you like your Martinez. So around the time that the Martinez was created, there was also a dry variant, which is now sometimes called the Marguerite. This used dry vermouth in place of the sweet vermouth and omitted the Maraschino Liquor entirely. Where the dry vermouth came from? Nobody really knows because it wasn't imported from France until a bit later. Regardless, it seems like the cocktail gods willed this baby into existence. We'll use an ounce and a half of Old Tom gin, an ounce and a half of Martini dry vermouth, and a dash of orange bitters. And that's a Marguerite. Now if this reminds you at all of a Martini, well that's because this, or some version of it, ultimately became a Martini. As palates evolved to become more geared towards drier and drier drinks, people added less and less vermouth until it was an entirely new drink altogether, the Martini. Thanks for watching everybody. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment, and let me know down below which ratio of ingredients you like to make this with. What? I didn't order this. Moses, did you order this? It's expensive.